Okay, CERN. This is the thing about CERN.
You should be concerned.
You can be concerned about CERN, but it's not for the reasons you might think.
Nay, cowboy.
People blame CERN for everything.
Everything.
People blame CERN for the Mandela effect. All of a sudden, they're paranoid when CERN is in operation. They're even more paranoid when CERN's not in operation. CERN has closed for 4 years to do upgrades, repairs, that sort of thing. And that is making people even more paranoid. It's like, there is no pleasing you. So now they think time is going slower. I was like, no, time's not going slower. You can't blame CERN for everything. Now, there is a reason to be concerned, but it's scientifically verifiable. Okay, so CERN, this 17-mile Large Hadron Collider on the border of France and Switzerland. It smashes photons and ions at near light speed conditions to produce what's called the Higgs boson.
The God particle.
The funny thing about that name is that scientists did not coin that phrase. There was a physicist that was trying to write a book about it. And the thing about the Higgs boson is that it disintegrates into multiple particles the minute it comes into creation. So you can't really study it. So he wanted to call the book The Goddamn Particle because it was so aggravating.
That's funny.
To try to observe, because it falls apart, that the publishers were like, no, we should call it the God particle. So it was publishers that came up with that name. And but so in 1964, physicist Peter Higgs theorized that there was a plane they started calling it the Higgs plane, that gave particles their mass. That particles don't have mass independently of themselves, that it's only in this field that they have mass. But in 2012, they discovered the boson, but they also discovered that it falls apart immediately. So that invisible field where if a wave or ripple goes through the field, that's the Higgs boson. Like, I don't pretend to understand any of this. I'm just trying to get to the brass tacks of the situation. So they get mass from this field. Physicists are trying to create dark matter. What is the not just the dark matter? They're trying, but it's a dark photon that's supposed to bridge the gap between the dark matter, because dark matter does not react with light; it is invisible. So the dark matter hoping to create the conditions of the early universe and the Big Bang. Now, is this safe to do in a facility? I don't think so,
No.
man. You see, you think about Mandela effect and fucking up time and space. Dark matter is what we need to be worrying about. Dark matter is invisible, it doesn't interact with light, and that this dark photon is supposed to be the mediator between the visible universe and the dark sector. Dark sector sounds like a death metal band. But you see, because dark matter exerts a gravitational pull that's shaped galaxies and stars and everything, and in the cosmic web. It forms massive invisible scaffolding that pulls gas and dust together, creating stars and shit. So it is invisible, universal scaffolding. Dark matter can collapse into a black hole. It's not like, it doesn't happen all the time. It's a rare occurrence, but I just don't think.
It has happened before.
But they are trying to create the dark matter, which I don't think that anybody has any business doing. Like, that's what scares me. But now that it's stopped, let's give ourselves a break. There was one guy that was like, they're giving us 4 years to evolve, spiritually, and they're going to turn it back on, and if we're not evolved, it's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Okay, they're trying to produce dark matter. That's bad enough. All the speculations and things, like, everything. Like, can you think, I know that they blame it for all kinds of things. I just can't remember what other, like, they blamed it for lights in the sky. They said that there's portals opening up, that they're communicating with fifth dimensional beings and talking to aliens through these portals and shit.
They do put on these little, like, shows,
Well,
outside.
I think that they really wanted people to be scared of it because
Yeah.
you wouldn't do the things that they did if you didn't want, oh God, the ceremony,
Yeah,
the ceremony when they opened. And look, I'm a big folk horror fan. I love that kind of shit. But if you want people to be terrified, then put on a dark pagan ritual to open up a hadron collider, And then never mind that there's a statue of Shiva,
Yeah.
the god of destruction. Dark matter, black holes, and Shiva, they wanted people to be scared. I don't know, I don't understand why they wouldn't think that, because, yeah, they
What if they're
totally-
not doing anything but just having coffee?
They're just, no, they're just wasting all this funding, doing their own private research.
And they're like, we're not capable of doing anything. We're just drinking.
Oh, no,
coffee.
it's a roller rink.
Yeah.
Like, they're all in their rollerblades, and like, it's 17 miles, and man, they getting that stride in, Every once in a while, they go through a portal, 'cause they have smashed.
They have the time.
The hadrons, because apparently hadrons cannot break apart. They have to be like shattered and smashed in order to create the particles necessary to research the Higgs boson.
I like when I watch a show about it and they interview people who work there, and you're just like, who have you killed?
Yeah,
Because they always look like really creepy.
well, they're European.